Today I'm going to be talking about something a little bit more personal. I'm going to be telling you how the arts, and music in particular, has saved my life. So there is this organisation called Jack Drum Arts, and honestly they are like my second family. Now if you don't know what Jack Drum Arts is, I will read off their website just so you know what they are. Jack Drum Arts is a sustainable, locally based social enterprise providing cultural opportunities for communities in County Durham and the wider region, through a range of workshops, courses, theatre, music making and outdoor events. So that's what they are. They are a brilliant, brilliant organisation, and honestly without them I would not be sat here right now. I first got involved with Jack Drum when I was 17. I'd just dropped out of sixth form and things were not good for me, and the first project we did was actually a fashion show, and on my first session working on this fashion show I was a nervous wreck, but as time progressed I became more confident, I made friends and I really enjoyed going there. It was my happy place. And then the following summer we did a rock school, which was like a week course, and we wrote songs, played music, and I loved it. I learnt how to play guitar when I was 9 years old, and I hadn't played it for a good few years, so being there playing guitar again, I fell in love and I loved it. It made me so happy and it boosted my mood, and I was in a bad place at that point, but honestly just playing music, it just helped me forget about the world. I then moved down south not long after that, so obviously I couldn't go to Jack Drum anymore because it would take me 8 hours to get there, and I did not have a spare 8 hours to travel. So I stopped Jack Drum, but then a year later I moved back up north, and literally the minute I moved back up north I was back there. And I did a week-long residential with them, and it was Active Citizens, and I'm not going to go into everything about Active Citizens, but it was a lot of team building and it was brilliant. It really helped me work on my confidence, because at that point my confidence had just been destroyed and I was not in a good way. And they helped build me back up and become a lot stronger, and I learnt a lot of new skills and made a lot of new friends. A few weeks after that residential, a friend of mine asked me to go to band. Now they do a rock band every Friday evening term time, and he mentioned it would be a good idea to go, and my intention was to go to this band and just listen, just sit there and listen. I walked in and one of the staff put a bass in my hand and said play it. I had never ever picked up a bass before. I didn't know how it worked. I still struggle, to be fair, let's be real. About 4 weeks later we had a gig and it was brilliant, and I knew this was my path, this is what I wanted to do. It has now been nearly 2 years since I picked up that bass and it's still going strong. I'm still learning every time I go, and playing music and writing songs and getting my emotion out on paper and then turning it into something beautiful, it has changed my life. I used to really struggle with understanding my emotions and knowing how to cope with the difficult feelings I was going through, but playing music, it was a good positive outlet, because I'd had so many negative coping strategies that just weren't helping me, whereas music, it was creating positive change. And then we performed at the Sage. We were meant to have a charity gig in March this year, but obviously with COVID that could no longer happen. We do have an event happening on the 10th of October, and this will be streamed on Twitch TV, and it's called Smashing the Stigma. So basically there's quite a few of us like sharing our story and just having a little chat about mental health and stigma and stuff. We're also going to be playing our song that we've written specifically for this, which I really loved writing that song. Like, we worked on it as a group and there is a lot of emotion in that song. So if you guys want to hear that song, it'll be streamed on Twitch TV on the 10th of October between 5:30 and 7:30, so that'd be really great. I'll be sharing my story, there'll be a few others sharing their story, so if you want to hear that then that'd be great. So that is all I've got. Well, it's not all I've got to say. I could talk about how much Jack Drum have changed my life for hours, but I'm not going to ramble anymore. Like, I'm quite good at doing that anyway. So, but I just wanted to say, like, if you're in a really, really rubbish place, things do get better. Things aren't great for me at the moment. I'm going through a bit of a rough patch, but things always turn around, and I know I'll be alright soon, and so will you. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna have my ice cream and get myself to bed, because it is 11:30 at night and I should not be awake still. I should be sleeping. So I'm gonna go and do that. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.